Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. My name is Lucas, and today what we want to do is we want to, let's say that we have a few projects in a Notion page, right? So our Notion page is called My Projects, or we can call it like agency projects. And basically the goal of this is that imagine that instead of having to go into Framer and having to, add a new CMS page and having to, edit the CMS page, you can just do it straight from your phone via Notion. So if you have a new project that you want to add, or if you have a new blog that you want to post, right? You can easily just go to this page on your phone in the Notion app, press a new row, and actually, bring in the information automatically into your Framework project. So that's what we want to do. Let's just create a few examples. I would say we can create like another one. So we can create a third one or a fourth one, whatever. So we can call this project 1, project 2, project 3, and project 4. So before I start populating everything else, we're gonna, like, as you can see here, we have like a cover image, we have a duration. So probably this was 3 months, 6 months, whatever. A short description, which is basically like a short text maybe, or a quote or something like that, and a long description. And this long description can contain images if we use image URLs. So for example, if we were to go like this, and we were to click image, and we were to get some Unsplash image, maybe this one, we can go here and copy link to the original image, and we can maybe go like this and paste it into our cover image slide. So yeah, I have this. Before we do the image, let me just reverse and delete this. But I want to first try to bring this into Framer. I haven't really tried this yet, and for this tutorial, I'm just going to do it live just to see how it works. So if we go to Framer and we go here and we go to our plugins and we click Notion, we can type agency projects, click on create. And then what we have to do is we have to go back to Notion, click these 3 dots and connect to Framer. So let's go to Notion, let's click on these 3 dots, and let's look for the connect to, here it is, to Framer. Continue. So I believe it's connecting. I believe it's connected. So let's go back to Framer. Let's see how this is working. So it says it cannot insert content. So let me try again. Maybe because this is a table. It needs to be a database. Yeah, it has to be a database. Okay, so that was our first error. So it's not supposed to be a table. So it's good that we saw this. It's supposed to be a database. So that's my guess. So let's call it project name. Let's add a field for image, maybe. So files and media. We can put that here, and we can call this one, we can call this cover image. We can add another one for a text. So text. This is going to be this will be a short description. Let's just try like this. And project 1, project 2, project 3, right? And let's kind of delete this one. We don't really need it. We don't need the, okay, this is table we do need. So this is going to be project, our agency's projects. So now if we go back to Framer, if we click sync, it basically reads it because it was a database. It is a database now, and it's not a simple table. So click next, and now we can see there are different things. There's the project name, which is going to be a string. There's going to be a short description, which is going to be a formatted text. We're going to have the cover image, which is going to be a file. We can also choose image. And then we have the content. So if we go back to Notion, let's see what that means. I don't know what it means, but let's just add it anyways, just to see what comes out. So if we press import, oh, and there was also this tags thing. That's pretty interesting. I want to see how that looks like. So let's just delete this and let's go back to Notion and let's add some tags. Like, let's create a tag. Let's call this one AI. And then there's one called development and one called design, right? So this one is going to have just AI and development, right? This one is going to have development and design, and this one is just going to have design, right? So now let's try to sync this again into our Framer project by clicking Notion. Let's put agency projects. Let's create. It reads it. Perfect. Next. And then the tags are unsupported still, which is interesting. I believe that we just have to create these tags in Framer, right? So I guess they're unsupported, so let's just import. It's no problem. And we're gonna have, oh, another thing that we forgot. Let's try to import again, because something that we forgot is to change the cover image from file to image. So if we click Notion, agency projects, create. Next, we have to put this into image and not file. So import from our project images. Perfect. And okay, voila. So we have our projects. This is great. And if we want to create categories, we just have to, add our category, here. We can also do that in Notion as well. But let's first check out this cover image thing. So if we go back to Notion, I want to add an image, and I want to just add a random image from Unsplash. Let's choose this nice matrix image, and let's copy link to the original. So embed link. Okay, so that's how you would do it. And let's see how that looks like in Framer. Okay, so as we sync our information in Framer, it syncs like just perfectly from Notion. So that's really cool. So we have our product image and we have our project name. So that's really cool that we can just use these things from Unsplash and they will be basically hosted in Notion, right? I'm interested to see if we delete it. Okay, we can delete it. So basically, since this picture is coming from Unsplash, it's getting the embed link from Unsplash. So we're basically getting this, we're hosting this from the Unsplash website. But what if we had an image like from our own, from our own Finder? Let's say I have this nice image of a yellow mockup, and I want to bring it in here. And let's see, copy link to original. So let's put it here and embed link. No, it still doesn't work. Let me try to copy or add a link. Now let's go like this. So this is kind of the thing that I was thinking about. So if we view original, okay, so then we would have to go like this, copy image address, and then go back to Notion, and let's just delete this one. So delete, and let's add a file or image. We can embed an image like that. We can also upload an image, maximum size 5 megabytes, just like in what's it called? Framer. So let's just do one. This is 1.2 megabytes. Let's upload. And voila, it's there. Perfect. So let's actually delete this one, because now we understand that we can do it easily from Unsplash. Let me delete this image as well to see what happens if we delete it and it's not here anymore. So, okay, it's still here, which is cool. So we can upload an image. Let me upload another, one of these mockups. So now we have the mockups. We have the tags that don't work, and we have a short description, right? What if we add another field? Let's add the date field. The date format would be full date, 12 hour. Let's put 24 hour. And let's call this the project duration. And let's put the project duration like somewhere here or after the tags. Okay, so project duration, let's say that we can put a end date. So from August 1st to December or to September 30th, right? Boom. And I want to go back to Framer and sync this. What happens? Okay, now they come up with these new fields. So duration, we can just call it like that. And then import. And then this is how it's going to look like. So it ended. Okay, duration. Interesting. Just puts the first one. And did we have that created before? Yeah, we did have the created. So duration is just one date, unfortunately. And let's go back to Notion. And it's not supposed to be one date. It's supposed to be a span of different dates. And let's include a time. Let's put like November 20th at 20 o'clock. And let's go back and go to Framer and press on sync and see what happens. So again, it just syncs the date. There's no span of different dates. So what I would do, if this is something that is important, I would either not use this duration and this date format. I would just use a string, right? And keep it consistent. So that's one way of doing it. If not, I would just put two date fields, start and end date, and then kind of like put it like that in the detail page. So we can, if you want to do it like that, we can just do it. We can go back to Notion, and what I just said was basically, duplicating this property, and this would be called end date, start date, or start date, and this can be August 1st, so no end date, August 1st, and it ends, when was it again, September 30th or something? September 30th. And now let's go back to Framer and let's sync and let's see how it looks like. So we have the duration. Okay, so we have end date. It's going to be called end date, yeah. And this is going to be called start date. So you can edit all of these properties before they sync in. So we have the end date, and it's not really syncing. Why isn't it syncing? Oh, there it is. There's the end date. So start date, end date, we can put them, next to each other by somehow. Would it be here in Notion? No, we would have to do it somewhere here. Oh, that's interesting that we can't really edit the fields here. We'd have to edit it like this. But it's not such a big deal, but I kind of like if we can manually edit it like this. But I'm just showing you guys the capability of the Notion plugin. So we have our different projects. What else can we do? So we can check the different fields, the other different fields that we have here. So if we click on plus, we can put the budget maybe. And let's see, we have like a bar and a ring. Interesting. So we can use, well, for this budget, let's just put a number, or let's put a ring. Let's see, 100 or 59. Okay, now I understand. So we don't really need a ring. We need just to, like a number would be good. So a number. Can we replace this with a price? Like with currency, that's what I'm trying to figure out. So if we can put the currency, no, money, no, so there's just this, budget one. So let's just put the budget, and then we can just put 200 or 2000. We can put 10,000 for this one, and 1,500 for this one, or 200. Let's add another thing. Let's add, for example, status. So this one can be like done, this one can be done, and this one can be in progress. So I'm just putting in a bunch of different things that we might want to visualize in Framer. Oh, look, we have created time. Well, we already have that in Framer, so we don't really need that. We can add a Figma file. Let's see how that would look like. So if we were to go here, connect to Figma. So now I have my Figma connected, I guess. Well, I don't really. Let's just delete this one and let's go to another one like multi-select. Yes, no, maybe. So we can just delete these two, yes, and maybe. Let's see, let's look at formula. I wonder what this is. So, okay, we can like think of, so if the budget divided by 2. Okay, so we just put like a simple formula divided by 2. It should work. Let's just put some other one and then a URL, like maybe let's put like just a random URL. And let's go to our Framer and let's sync this and kind of see how this looks like. So project URL, link, it's going to be a link, perfect. Budget will be a number, so budget, status. Let's see what this looks like. Multi-step, okay, so this is not supported, formula is not supported, okay, that's good to know. Tags aren't supported, multi-step isn't supported. Okay, so that's good to know, you know? So we have our budget at least. And our status hasn't really worked pretty well. Collection item has invalid fields. Okay, let's add these fields so that it is valid. Okay, now let's go back to Framer and see, because I basically added the end date. So it should work. And then status to do, but they're not all to do, so this one is done. So oh wait, it says to do in progress. Yeah, it's not really working so well, this status one. So let's try to, now we kind of like figured out the whole, the whole structure of creating a database in Notion and seeing what works, what doesn't work. Let's kind of try to visualize this in Framer, right? And we want to create these different tags. So we want to like maybe make a new database, and let's call it tags. And we don't need this. We can delete this, and we can just add these tags, right? So we have tag 1 is AI, tag 1 is development, and tag 1 is design. So we can bring this here, but how can we, link this with this one, right? Because this doesn't work in Framer with these tags, right? But if I were to add a new one, add a new collection with Notion and call it the tags, and I put next, it creates it, which is good. But how can I connect these with the other one? That's the question that I have right now. So let's see, I guess you'd have to do that straight in Notion. So I'm gonna search just in Google, like, what is this called? It's called a dashboard, right? What do we call it? A dashboard? No. A table? No. A database. So connecting databases in Notion. So using linked databases to add linked databases that you include sync copies of the same content. So if I were to look at this video, maybe I can...
Looking for a way to include the same...
I'm just going to mute it. So we have database 1 and database 2. Maybe we can just simply do it by going here and adding a plus. And maybe we can see some tags. Database. AI summary, no project files. Okay, so I guess it's not here. Filter property, sort, change, all, group. Oh, so these are just filters. This is the layout. We can put it as another layout, that's cool. We just need a table, that's fine. But I'm just trying to think about how to link this with this. I bet there's an easy way to do this. I'm not like the best at Notion. I just, use Notion for very simple things. So data sources and linked, choosing a data source. Make a database, you'll be given the option to select an existing data source. Oh, I guess it's called linked database. Okay, so let's try that. So if we were to go here and go linked view of a database, no. Oh no, this is just like a copy. So that's a good question of how to, put this in here. How can I do that? How can I like link a data? Can I do that like here, linked? No, it's a good question. How do I connect multiple databases so that entries are shared and synced? And create a select property on that database where you list the topics. Then create new database for each topics. Then create new databases for each topic, but select the original database. Just use the filter function for me. You can use the relation field. Okay, relation field. Let's try that one. So we go here, relation. Oh, here it is. Tags. Tags. Limit a relation. Okay. Oh, there it is. Nice. Let's see if this works. Design. Okay. What if we want it to be... Oh, cool. You can do both. All right. So let's bring this here. And let's call this tags. So let's remove this one. Delete. And we have tags. Enter. And let's just keep this one underneath. And let's go to Notion, or to Framer, sorry, and let's sync. So cool, we have tags and they're multi-referenced. There we go. We did it. So this should work. Tags, where's tags? AI. Great, there we go. That's it. Perfect. So now we mixed these different databases. Now we can basically just show them. So we can just go like this. We can do collections, and we have both of them. And we have our agency projects. So we have 3 agency projects, right? Usually I want to put this in a stack. Let's make this look nice. We want to make this stack, or we want this desktop to have, or let's just make our life simple. Going like this, putting this like this, making these be like this. And then what we can do is we can increase the size of these images to something like this. So we have our different images, and we have the project name. We can duplicate this, and instead of being the project name, we can remove this and set a variable to the start, or let's say tags, content. No. Yeah, why isn't it working? See if I go like something like this. It should be working. Maybe it's not the content, but the name. So we're able to So we have the tag name, the project name. We can make this black and a maybe bigger size, and maybe a semi-bold or something like that. So we have project 1, project 2, and then we can just create like a button underneath, like saying view project, and make this button much smaller, 14, make it white. And what we can do is we can add a stack and make this stack fit the content. So we can go, make sure that you select the stack, fit content, make it black, add the paddings on the sides, and add some radius. And we can just put this in here and make this fill. So for each project, right, this is going to be a link. We're going to link this to the variable, which will be the content slug. So it would be each page. Okay, we need to first create the pages for each one. So new CMS page for the agency projects detail page, right? So each one has their own detail page. If we go back home, this button can link to the slug of each page, right? So we have project 1, project 2, project 3. So if I were to click play and go here, it would take me to project 1, right? If I were to click play, take here project 2. And it's looking kind of crappy right now, but this is just the beginning, right? It's just trying to see how to basically bring in stuff from Notion. I can do it from my phone. Like I can literally get my phone, add a new project, and it would come out like in a feed like this, right? I can also create like, I can get this button. I could change the color to something, you know, like grayish, and make the text white, black, and put it up here somewhere. Let's make this fit the content, and let's put this in another stack. I'm just trying to like make a filter now, right? So we have a top of 120, bottom of 120. And we want to make this filter. We want to increase the gap. And we want the width to fit the content. No, let's just fill. And we can put everything on the left. This as well. Start. And then for this, let's just create paddings on the left and right. So for this one, it's going to be basically like AI. And we can fit this width, not fixed. AI. This is going to be development, and this is going to be design, right? And then these 3 stacks are going to be 3 different selectors. We can add it to another stack and make it like this and put it on the center. Sorry. So each one would cause a filter for this, right? So this is going to be with fill, and each one is also going to be a fill with, and image will also be a fill with. And each one will basically cause a new filter, right? So when this one is clicked, it won't take me to this, to this link. It will take me to a filter. And that's what we gotta do. So once you delete the links to all these 3 different buttons, what you wanna do is you wanna create a component out of this section, right? Because we wanna create different variants for each filter. So what you do is just create a component, call it project filter, click create, and then you're gonna have variant 1, which is gonna be, the none selected. We're gonna have variant 2, which is gonna be the AI. We're gonna have variant 3, which is gonna be the development. So let's write dev, and then the last one, which will be design, right? So for each one, we have, this is the none, right? It's going to start off like this, and then for the AI, this one is going to be black or dark gray. Just put it like dark gray. I would say 70, and then for this one, it's going to be dark gray. So let's put 70 like this, and then for design, it's going to be 70 as well. So once, and then for this one here, the filter would be for all of them, add a filter for the tags is set or contains AI. So both of these contain AI, right? For here, it's you're going to do basically the same thing. So filter all tags contains the development. And then that's just one big one. That's if they weren't fill, but fixed. So they can be like this. And they would be also starting like this in the start and not in the center. But that's your choice. So, and then filters, we can add filter tags contains, and this is design. It's one design, right? So now what we got to do is we got to link these interactions. So if this one interaction, new transition, on click, it sets the variant AI. On click, interaction, transition, on click sets the variant development. On click, interaction sets to, new transition, on click, design. So all of these are going to have them like this. You just want to, like, you know, replace it with none. If they click on the AI again, if you click on this development again, you want to make it to none. But it's basically, that's like the whole thing. I mean, we can go back and we can test it by going here and just going like this. And look at that. And then you just click on that and voila. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. This is a really cool tutorial for, you know, next level CMS management. You can use this for agencies. You can sell this type of solution to agencies. If you're interested in, like, you know, a template with this type of solution to sell, I'd be more than happy to make this. Also, I have a bootcamp coming up that is going to help you guys create these types of solutions. So I'm coming up with 4 different templates. Each template is going to have its own video tutorial. The next one that's coming up that I'm going to build, it's coming out in January 10th, but you can get a pre-sale now. I'll put the link below. But for every template, there's a video tutorial. And the first template is going to be an iPhone mockup project, just like this, where you're going to have different filters for each industry. And then you can download the mockup, like a Photoshop file, and put your own design into it, right? Something like this. So that's like the next thing that I'm going to be building this week, the first week of December. And it's going to be the first template that I'm going to make for this bootcamp. Bootcamp is coming out January 10th, 2025. If you're watching this before that, you have a pre-sale. If you're watching it afterwards, I'm going to, you know, you can join in and have these templates and learn about this so you can have these really cool web app projects in your portfolio or actually start making money with this. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys. If you're watching this right now, thank you guys. I love you guys for staying this far into the video. That means that you're really learning and you're really, like, interested in you know, creating cool stuff. So I like that type of people. So if you are that type of person, please feel free to reach out to me via Discord or Twitter or whatever. And hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye-bye.